The dog stood still for hours in the snow. What they found in the box left everyone speechless. A dog was found standing completely still in a snowstorm for hours, refusing to move. People thought he was injured or lost until one brave soul approached and looked inside the box in front of him. What they discovered left the entire town in shocked silence and sparked a miracle that would be remembered forever. The storm rolled into Maple Hollow, a quiet mountain town, on a Sunday morning. Snow piled up quickly, and by afternoon most people had retreated inside to wait it out. But on the edge of a wooded path near the old bridge, something strange was happening. Through the swirling flurries, a dark figure stood unmoving in the snow. People passing by from their car windows thought it was a statue until it shifted slightly, just enough to reveal it was a German shepherd, frozen not from the cold, but by purpose. The dog was standing guard over a small, weather-worn cardboard box. No one could get close. Every time someone approached, the dog growled. Not viciously, but warningly, as if saying, "Stay back. Not yet." The dog's fur was frosted with ice. Still, he stood rigid, alert, guarding the box with unwavering focus. Most drivers simply slowed down and shook their heads, until a girl named Maya Reynolds, a veterinary intern passing through town, pulled over. She noticed the dog's ears twitch and tail lower as she stepped out, holding her hands up calmly. "Hey, boy, it's okay. I'm here to help," he growled, low and guttural, but didn't lunge. Maya moved slowly. Snow crunched under her boots. She knelt a few feet away, heart pounding. Then she heard it. A faint cry, coming from inside the box. Ignoring the cold biting at her skin, Maya crept forward and carefully lifted the flap of the box. She gasped. Inside, 3 newborn kittens, no more than a few days old, were huddled together, shivering, eyes still closed, umbilical cords barely dried. "Oh my God," she whispered. The dog, his body tense, let out a soft whine and finally lay down, inching toward her as if to say, "You found them. Please help them now." Maya knew the kittens wouldn't survive long in this cold. She quickly wrapped them in her scarf and cradled them to her chest. The dog stood up and limped after her, his paws raw and bleeding from standing for hours in the snow. She opened her car door and hesitated. "Do you want to come?" He jumped in before she could finish her sentence. Maya rushed the animals to the nearest animal rescue center, where staff scrambled to warm and bottle feed the kittens. The vet checked the dog, around 5 years old, underweight and dehydrated. He had no microchip, no ID, only a makeshift cloth collar with the name Buster stitched in faded thread. No one knew where he came from, but everyone knew what he had done. He stood there for hours, Maya explained, tears in her eyes, guarding those babies like they were his own. The story hit local news, then national headlines. Dog stands guard over box of kittens in blizzard. Saves their lives. People flooded the shelter with donations, adoption offers, and letters. Children drew pictures of Buster. Families sent toys, blankets, and food. But Buster didn't care for the attention. He only wanted to check on the kittens. Every day he'd walk up to their crate, sniff them gently, and lie down nearby, tail thumping. The kittens, now named Hope, Snowy, and Brave, grew stronger each day. A month later, an elderly woman named Mrs. Darlene Turner came into the shelter after seeing the news. She walked up to Buster with trembling hands and whispered, You look just like the dog my son rescued before he passed away in a car crash 2 years ago." She showed a faded photo. It was Buster, younger, happier, tail wagging next to a teenage boy. Tears filled her eyes. "He disappeared the day after the funeral. I searched for weeks." Maya smiled. "He's been protecting others ever since." Mrs. Turner knelt and opened her arms. Buster walked slowly to her and then leaned his head into her chest. She sobbed into his fur. "Thank you for finding your way back and for saving them too." Mrs. Turner adopted both Buster and the 3 kittens. Her quiet home was suddenly filled with soft meows, thumping tails, and a kind of healing she hadn't felt in years. Buster took his spot by the window, the kittens nestled against him, purring as the snow fell gently outside once again. And every time people asked about the photo in her hallway of Buster standing in the snow beside a torn box, she'd say, "Sometimes heroes wear capes, but sometimes they just stand still in the storm until someone listens."